So, ladies and gentlemen, Mason here is here, and today going to be about a little bit of update and all that stuff. But I have been doing the last, I don't know, 2 months, because I have been not uploading at all, which is kind of unfortunate. But I mean, it is what it is. Just in university again, in the MSc now, starting first semester in process engineering, and just been. I would say I need to on ramp with a lot of new stuff and catch up, like organic and all that kind of stuff. So I had to pick up extra courses, and basically just takes all my time away. And I am basically not saying I'm behind. I'm actually ahead. We'll talk about a little bit of system here, so that maybe you will get some value of it. So the main problem is that yeah, I have a lot of credits. I have like 39 credits, which is actually a lot. And let's go one by one. So what this period was, I mean, I have wrote some notes for myself, and I'm going to go through this. What this period was is that we had this, I'd say, very light week, because this is the spring semester and there are a lot of holidays, and so that now was just Eastern or All-Star break, whatever the fuck this is called, whatever, Christ and all that, and there is a lot of national holidays here, and basically we had like a spring holiday here, which was like, I don't know, 11 days or 10 days long. And even before that, I didn't go home for the weekend, so I was in the dorm. So I was stayed in the dorm and worked full time, going to introduce the tactic or the thinking that I had. Basically, I learned this from Alex Hormozy, and he called it like, well, I mean, he didn't really call it anything, but like, I really liked it. And basically, his thought was that he was behind in life, and, or I mean, where he wanted to be. And he said, like, what can I do now? That is the frame, that basically, okay, I have done this, but what can I do now? Because I want to get ahead, and not just, to catch up with myself, but to get ahead of myself, and to start enjoying the benefits of that extra work. Because he says that everyone would be on a long enough time horizon, be successful, but people die too early, meaning that they don't have enough years, and you want to just cram that 40-50 years, or like maybe 30 years of work into 4-5 years of like very intense period, and then you can enjoy the benefits for basically a lifetime. And he talks about what can I do now, and also like being like I called it combative with reality, meaning that if there is like a timeline, let's say I need to submit a homework in like 1 week from now, and basically we had like a labor, we measured things in the labor, and we have to make like a full-on, not a notebook like this, but like a Word document on what we did, what was the point of the measurement or the labor, what we did, what the results was, and why these results like were that we measured, draw some conclusion and all that. So we need to use like some software. I use MATLAB to analyze the data. Others use probably like Excel, but I don't really like that, to be honest. Kind of laggy, and I don't really like it. So I can automate some of my work with ChatGPT, and basically can ask him and iterate some code out, so that I will be able to analyze the data. The point was that basically the labor is done on Thursday, and then on the next Thursday, so Wednesday midnight, 0:00 o'clock, or midnight, is when you need to till that point you need to sign in the assignment, or basically send in the assignment or submit it. And I was thinking, why couldn't I do it just in 2 days, or like in 3 days? Because this doesn't take too much time anyways. The others are waiting for it. I mean, it will not be like just normal people thinking is that you will just delay it until you know that you have a little bit of time left, let's say Tuesday night or Wednesday night. Maybe some people do it Wednesday night, and basically they just are up till like God knows how long, till like fucking 3 a.m. or something, and they finish then and then submit it. So if I can do it in like 2 days, then why the fuck would I not do it in 2 days? So went home from the labor on Thursday, started iterating the MATLAB code because I was brain dead as fuck, and then went to school on Friday, and then in the remaining of the time, instead of going home, I basically did the labor, finished it, started the next thing, meaning the next thing that I can do, and basically I just was combative with life, that I was able to just get ahead of myself, and with that eventually with the others. But the point is that you don't want to get ahead of others, because if you just beat yourself like the lazier version of you, you will beat the others anyway. So, and they were not in the competition anyway. So yeah, so this was the logic, the theme behind the whole period. And the this was this spring holiday thingy that I talked about, 10 days, and I was basically just applying the same logic, applying it to the other things, the other assignments, other homeworks that I needed to do. IP, intellectual property thing, I started it 2 weeks ago, basically after I have finished the wooden labor, so Woods labor, on Friday night. I started the next thing on Saturday, and finished it till Tuesday, or finished on Tuesday. I finished on Tuesday. Then I started, or we went to basically the IP lecture there. The teacher showed how to do the homework. I did it, basically started it on the same day, and then did it on Thursday, and finished on Thursday, almost finished. I needed to read it once more on Friday, but it was fine. And basically the ANOVA, which I did after the Wood labor, that should have been submitted until today, which is actually 10 days from now, or maybe even more. So basically I did it there, and you get the point of the whole thing, that I did basically everything, and I didn't fucking take a day off. I worked all day, every day, and this was like a tiring fucking season, and this is why I'm making this video, because it is just a lot harder to keep, to be ahead, and to keep up this momentum is like kind of easy once you get it. But I have gotten to a point which is basically, because I didn't have any social interactions, basically. I mean, it's not just I even wrote it onto the paper that it was hard, or this grind season was hard, because I didn't have any, don't have any friends. And this is not a bitching or anything like that. Honestly, I don't really need anyone's sympathy. I don't give a fuck. But the point is that I don't really have any friends, and that basically, like, how that looks is just like, not that, like, I don't go out. No one writes to me anything. Like, basically, no one cares that I exist. That period. And I got one message though on the whole thing in like 2 weeks or something, whatever. And it wasn't like personal. It was because someone asked what the next upcoming exam is going to be about, and like I don't actually know. So the point was that it was hard because I didn't have any interactions with anyone, but the point is that I really enjoyed, even if they are like low conversation. Back in the day, like 2 weeks ago, and even before that, when I was, having these small talks between the lectures, that would be very, very good and felt, very great. I mean, no, I wouldn't say it. They didn't feel pretty good in the moment, but looking backward in hindsight, it makes so much better of an experience, and I learned to be grateful for that, or for those little moments, because now that I had basically zero conversations, throughout the week, and it's just absolutely fucking terrible. I mean, even if someone is going to ask what I did or how I did in this period, I would just be like start laughing like, and you, I mean, it's just fucking smile and say that it was miserable. It was, I mean, just straight up shit. I mean, I will not lie about it, but there were a lot of growth because of it, because I progressed forward. And you might ask, what's the fucking point of all this struggling and suffering if basically you just did it because you, like, for the sake of doing? No, it wasn't for the sake of like suffering, it was for the sake of getting ahead. And to me it represents a even when I was playing League and when I was like a degenerate like gamer, I basically wanted to get ahead of people, and this was my driving motivation, the driving force of my whole existence, and probably still is till this day. And I just love it, because the others might choose the easier path, but who cares? Who gives a shit? They will suffer because of it. Life, I mean, I really love this from Hormones again, like, no matter what your goal is, you will suffer in order to achieve it. So pick a life, pick a goal that's worth suffering for. Meaning that life is hard. Like another quote. Single people suffer. Married people suffer. Employees suffer. Entrepreneurs suffer. Suffering is a fixed cost of life. So pick a life, pick a goal that's big enough, it's worth suffering for. And that you will just suffer because stagnate or like decline when you are basically your life is going to shit. It sucks. When you are plateauing, it is difficult because you don't see any gains. It is shit as well. So it's like that sucks as well. And when you're growing, you are in pain. So if you are pain in all stages of life, then why don't you fucking choose something that is worth being in pain for or worth suffering for? And you cannot choose the amount of suffering that you are going to endure, but you can choose what the upside is, what the result, what the outcome is going to be. So if you pick a big enough goal, then that suffering will be worth it. And on the flip side, if you think about the normal people, or normal people in general, what do they suffer for? A bag of chips, sleeping in, watching Netflix, being entertained but having nothing in life, having nothing going on for them. And don't think that I'm talking from a pedestal. I was one of those people. I was playing all day, jacking off 5, 6, 7 times a fucking day. My life was a complete shit, had no friends, just like I do now. But it was, at least now, I have achieved significantly more, and I have become significantly more capable, being able to do multiple things at the same time, and being able to do so many things that it became a distraction and a source of problem. But the point is that it's just to get ahead and to fucking achieve great things in life, and that just takes this much of effort, because this will free up more time in the later sections, so I can sleep like 9-10 hours a day and don't look like shit. I can keep my sanity in that sense that I know I didn't cheat. So I did basically every exam. Wait a minute. All right. So I know that I didn't cheat. I did every exam to the max. Basically, I practiced, prepped, and did everything to the point that I could have. And basically, I did everything to my best ability with the given time constraint, because I will not sacrifice like sleep. I am not dumb. Like, I will not fucking sleep 5 hours, 4 hours so that I can prepare for an exam, because that is just complete shit. Because if you prepare the whole night, which doesn't make any sense, because then the next morning you will be total fucking brain dead. As well as, like, I am, especially because one, I'm overthink, and second, I usually am well slept, and if I have like a night of shit sleep, then I will significantly underperform. So no, I'm not going to sacrifice that. So with my given time constraint, I will do what I can, and that's enough for me. I will not say that this is a shit result. I mean, could have done better with what, like more time. How the fuck if I didn't even have any more time in the day, because I was like kept out to like, it's like even if I finish at 5 in the afternoon, I will know that I could not do more because like my mind is kept, and I will not be able to produce significant like results without like burning tomorrow's progress. So yeah, so this period was hard because, yeah, I will just read these points to you, because there were no fucking social contact at all. Like, basically I was tired as fuck because of this grinding, and didn't really take any days off, and just was like resistance. It was not like happy like fucking rainbows and sunshine all over the fucking place. It was just miserable again, and not because that, you know, when I have realized this, that the structure kept me safe when I was in school, and basically when I did the same exact thing in school, so I was grinding and being combative with reality, talking to people and just being around people in general, having some structure, going to the lectures, that basically kept me sane, and I was not this, you know, I wasn't feeling this shit. I even enjoyed it. So yeah, then I hit some resistance at that exact what is this weekend when I that I talked about, meaning the when I started a lot of homeworks and did all that. So I slacked with some movies and all that kind of stuff. So from that point I didn't go down, but I fucked up my system in that sense that I didn't really have anything so that I could, so to speak, reward myself, and not to like, you know, jack off or like fucking binge eat or binge watch content at the end of the day, because that is just going to make tomorrow's baseline just drop significantly and just make the whole thing worse, which is again not intelligence or not intelligent, because you are just burning tomorrows and the next day and the next days, because this don't just last one day but multiple days. So you are just burning the upcoming day's capacity, which is overall lowering your baseline. So if you can take one thing from this video, is that just optimize so that you can do the max amount of work per a given timeline, meaning a bigger timeline, not just one day but like a week or a month or a year, but probably like a month or 1 week is 1 week to a month is, I think, which is optimal, because 1 year is like, it's just very hard to fathom, hard to plan, but 1 week, 1 month, you can crush that, and or 2 weeks. When you are just burning the candle from both ends, you are just going to fuck yourself up, kind of like I did here, and that is why I make this video, because I would have needed some better reward systems, because when I was like disciplined and didn't watch any movies or shows or didn't eat any junk food, I was fine. I mean, I didn't like, oh, I wasn't up here, but you know, I had a good baseline and it was sort of flat, but I was, so to speak, happy and grateful and like, well. But as soon as some external shit like some junk food, movie or whatever just like creates a peak, destabilizes the fucking whole system and just goes to shit, and then the next day and the day and day after and are going to be just shit as well. I will still work, not to say that I'm not going to just take a day off. I didn't take a day off this period either. It was fucking miserable. The point was that it is going to be, I can work one or two blocks less, and I'm significantly like having more resistance at those days. So it's just not worth it. So what I will say as a conclusion for this video is that I would have needed better systems in that sense, that to reward myself. And I'm not going to say that I exactly know what I need, because still have no fucking idea. I will need to come up with some, like I will have to experiment with things on what to reward myself with that will be like low enough stimulation that it doesn't derail the next day and the days after that. Kind of like sugar, porn, like movies, like I don't know what, hyper stimulating things, playing video games would. I'm not to say that I did those. I watched movies, but I didn't jack off. I mean, I jacked off as well, so that was kind of an L. But I didn't regress back to porn. I'm not at that level anymore. I have overcame that, and yeah. I mean, I have watched two movies at the end, which were yesterday and the day before. The night after everything I have done, and I was just basically depleted, full brain dead. I couldn't even think anymore. I watched the Chef, and then after that, yesterday I watched. I in 2 days separate. So then, yesterday I watched the intern or half of the intern, which are kind of like low key, like not stimulating movies at all, just kind of chill. And actually, they had though. Yeah, I felt better yesterday after watching the Chef, and I feel better today after watching the intern yesterday, and not didn't finish it, just watched half of it. But I would say is that maybe it dropped the baseline still. I don't know. I just will have to somehow get over this and then come back to the system, or like develop some new system. I will just say this as a conclusion, that I will need to develop a better system, because like this works, but it is not stable at all. Like the first thing that comes out like dips and just yoinks the whole thing, and it's just going to be like, I don't know, a few days, like 3 days, and basically it can create a so big destabilization that I spiral and basically just keep spinning. Like I feel shit, so then therefore I eat shit, and I watch stimulating shit, and then the next day I feel also shit. The work is harder, and then I will be depleted, and so on and so on, and it basically keeps up this like evil cycle, as they say. So yeah, need to come up with better systems. So this was for today. I hope you found some value in it, or some conclusion. Yeah, not going all in. I mean, going all in, but also having some rewards, some low key things. I mean, another thing that I will tell, I didn't talk about, is that I have realized that I need some thinking space, as well as like to walk. I really like to walk in terms of in the nature, so I took walks every day when I was fried in terms of brain wards and were brain wise, and it just kept me sane. It helped a lot. Without that, I would have been fucking worse off. So yeah, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. See you in the next, God knows one, because I don't know when I will make a video again in the summer. Hopefully will be like just, I think, and the end of May is when the semester finishes, but after that we have 4 weeks, so basically throughout June. So worst case scenario, I will be making videos at the end of June, or best case scenario at the end of June, or worst case scenario, I will be making videos in the beginning of July. So, which is far away from now, but that's the price of doing business. That's the price of the first 2 semesters, when you swap fucking complete fields. But I suppose props to me, because I had the balls to do it. Yeah, it is hard, but it's worth it. This is the price of me pursuing my dreams, and this will be the story that I have one day tell. So yeah, thanks for watching again. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.